If your heart beats faster at the thought of vibrant cultures, breathtaking landscapes, and unforgettable adventures, then Latin America should be at the top of your travel bucket list. Imagine sipping on a freshly made caipirinha while watching the sunset over Rio's iconic Sugarloaf Mountain, or losing yourself in the ancient mysteries of Machu Picchu. From the pulsating rhythms of salsa in Havana to the tranquil azure waters of the Galápagos Islands, Latin America is a playground for the curious and the bold. Here's a look at the best places to visit in Latin America. Number 50. Guatape, Colombia. Often called the most colorful town in Colombia, Guatape is located in a picture-perfect lakeside spot, just 2 hours drive east of Medellin. Its tiny, traditional houses almost all feature eye-catching facades. Known as zócalos, these murals depict various beliefs, animals, and other images connected to the community's farming heritage. While in the area, you can also clamber your way up the 750 narrow, steep steps to the top of the mighty monolith that overlooks the town. From atop La Piedra, there are outstanding views to be had of Guatape, the lake, and islands far below. Number 49. Lima. As Peru's capital and largest city, Lima is a sprawling metropolis of almost 9 million people. The city was founded in 1535 by the Spanish conquistador Francisco Pizarro and offers a rich history, as well as exceptional food and a great sense of culture. Whether you're taking a stroll through the historic heart of Lima Centro and its craft markets, or exploring the more tourist-friendly green suburb of Miraflores, which overflows with antique shops and bars, you're in for something special. Number 48. Guanajuato. Tucked away in a narrow valley in central Mexico lies the beautiful colonial city of Guanajuato. The city was founded in 1554 next to one of the richest silver mining areas of Mexico. The 16th century mining boom led to the construction of beautiful haciendas and fine colonial mansions. Many of them are built out of pink and green sandstone. Guanajuato streets and many colorful alleyways spread out in every direction, while most of its traffic is served by a network of underground tunnels, making it an excellent city for pedestrians. Number 47. San Blas Islands, Panama. East of the Panama Canal, you'll find the San Blas Islands. This archipelago is made up of more than 300 islands and keys, although only 50 are inhabited. The primary residents of the San Blas Islands are the Kuna people, and they self-govern their archipelago. This makes the islands feel very different from the rest of Panama, right down to the language spoken in San Blas. On your visit, you can admire the colorful local dress and relax on scenic beaches. Island hopping tours are a great way to see some of the uninhabited and undeveloped islands within the archipelago. Number 46.
Bariloche. With its chocolate shops, Swiss-style architecture, and picturesque settings of pristine lakes and snow-capped mountains, San Carlos de Bariloche appears more like a village in Switzerland. Instead, it is an enchanting city in the Rio Negro province of Argentina. Commonly referred to as simply Bariloche, the town also serves as a gateway to spectacular landscapes and outdoor adventures. The nearby mountains are a hot spot for snow skiing, containing one of South America's largest ski stations at Cerro Catedral.
Number 45. Trinidad, Cuba. Set in central Cuba, the small city of Trinidad boasts one of the most pleasant and picturesque old towns in the country. Located just inland from the Caribbean coastline, its mesmerizing mess of cobbled streets are lined by colorful colonial buildings, artisanal workshops, and Baroque churches. Fascinating to explore, the historic center has a lively yet laid-back feel, with salsa music ringing out from every corner. Besides basking in the ambiance and visiting the handful of museums, visitors of Trinidad can take a trip to beautiful Playa Ancon and the nearby mountains and waterfalls. Number 44. Mexico City. One of the largest cities in the world, Mexico City is the sprawling capital of Mexico. This incredible metropolis is jammed full of history, scintillating culture, and amazing art. Originally an Aztec settlement, as evidenced by the ruins of the 13th century Templo Mayor, there are plenty of buildings that point back to its Spanish colonial past as the capital of New Spain. Baroque churches and ornate palaces lie among cobblestoned old lanes. The city has a long relationship with art and has been the home to famous intellectuals and artists throughout the years, including Mexican icons Frida Kahlo and Diego Rivera. Number 43. Lençóis Marinhos. Words can't do justice to the dune and lagoon combination found within Lençóis Marinhos. At the same time, it is both starkly contrasting, yet the partnership is effortless. Only when standing on the golden dunes and admiring the turquoise waters will you understand. The massive dunes are spread across an eye-catching rolling expanse. Each peak rolls down into a trough of bright blue water, one of the national park's 1,000-plus lagoons. The otherworldly sight is surprisingly off the beaten path, and one enjoyed without a horde of fellow adventurers. Number 42. San Juan, Puerto Rico. The stunning Caribbean island of Puerto Rico is a U.S. territory, but it has a mix of a Latin and Caribbean feel to it. The island's capital, San Juan, is a melting pot of the colonial and metropolitan. From the ancient forts that once protected the city to the high-end shopping and dining options, San Juan delights history buffs, adventurers, and luxury seekers alike. The city has an array of quaint and colorful streets in the old San Juan district, which is contrasted by the modern skyscrapers in the Condado neighborhood. You're also never far from a beautiful beach, while lush rainforests and cascading waterfalls can be found nearby. Number 41. Monteverde Cloud Forest, Costa Rica. Lush green mountains and tropical jungle, shrouded in clouds, resonate with nature's concert of exotic bird, animal, reptile, and insect calls. This is the enchanting setting of the Monteverde Cloud Forest Reserve. One of the most popular things to do here is hike amid the numerous trails and admire beautiful waterfalls and exotic flowers, looking for a glimpse of wildlife species like tapirs, monkeys, and the rare resplendent quetzal, the bird that was once regarded sacred by the Mayans. Other ways to experience the cloud forest is by horseback riding, canopy tours over the treetops, and zipline adventures through the jungle trees. Number 40. Valparaíso. This hard-working economic port town on the coast of central Chile was loved by the poet Pablo Neruda for its beautiful chaos. It boasts some of the first urban innovations in Latin America, like the first volunteer fire department. In addition to its working-class roots, Valparaíso has a reputation for an underground street art movement. Instead of specific tourist attractions, Valparaíso is best known for its brightly colored houses and beautiful seaside views. Number 39. Bogota. Bogota, sometimes referred to as the Athens of South America, was first settled by indigenous peoples, though the founding date is generally set at 1538 by a Spanish explorer. Today, the city is one of the largest cities in South America and Colombia's capital. Once considered a place to avoid, Bogota has cleaned up its act and is fast becoming one of the most popular destinations in Colombia. Located high in the Andes, Bogota has numerous attractions to entice visitors, including a gold museum, botanical gardens, and a thriving nightlife. The city's historic district can be found at La Candelaria, a pleasant quarter of cafes, churches, and museums. Number 38. Bocas del Toro, Panama. The fascinating Bocas del Toro archipelago has it all. The 9 different islands are home to 2 national parks, multiple white sand beaches, colorful Caribbean-style houses, and friendly locals. No matter what you're interested in seeing, Bocas del Toro has plenty of things to do. Spend the day soaking up the sun on Starfish Beach, or marvel at rare tropical birds on Bird Island. If you're looking for something more cultural, you can simply wander through the charming town of Bocas, mingling with the locals and enjoy the laid-back Caribbean vibes. Number 37. Baños, Ecuador. Surrounded by beautiful forest-coated mountains, plunging waterfalls, and a smoky volcano, Baños' setting is absolutely spectacular. Named after the hot springs which are fed by the thermal waters of the volcano, the town is one of Ecuador's most popular destinations. Known as the Gateway of the Amazon, Baños is a favorite departure point for jungle tours. Waterfalls cascading thousands of feet down deep river gorges attract sightseers as well. The thunderous Diablo waterfall, surging over a gorge where the Rio Verde and Rio Pastaza meet, is the most impressive. Number 36.
Pantanal. The Pantanal is the world's largest wetland, lying mostly in western Brazil, but extending into Bolivia and Paraguay as well. Famous for its wildlife, it is one of Brazil's major tourist attractions. Unlike the Amazon rainforest, in the Pantanal you are virtually guaranteed to actually see the wildlife. Capybara and caiman are present in the millions. The Pantanal is also home to one of the largest jaguar populations in the Americas.
Number 35. La Paz, Bolivia. La Paz is a city that isn't on every traveler's radar, but it should be. It's an amazing city set among the Andes Mountains and is the highest capital in the world. The sight from the air as one flies into La Paz is incredible. First, the sprawling slums of El Alto appear, slowly giving way to the sight of La Paz itself, clinging to the sides of what looks like a large gash in the earth. Warm clothes are a must almost any time of year, and do take time to get used to the high altitude before doing serious touring. Number 34. Oaxaca. The capital city of the state by the same name, Oaxaca is located in a valley below the Sierra Madre Mountains. Colonial architecture, archaeological sites, and a tranquil atmosphere make it a popular tourist destination. At the heart of Oaxaca is its charming town square, where tourists can admire beautiful colonial landmarks like the Santo Domingo Church, tour museums, and relax at an outdoor cafe. Several archaeological sites around the city can be explored, such as Monte Alban. Perched on a mountain, Monte Alban was the site of the ancient capital city of the Zapotec inhabitants and offers impressive views of the valley below. Number 33. Colonia del Sacramento, Uruguay. The historic quarter of Colonia del Sacramento is absolutely stunning to wander around, as it is one of the oldest cities in Uruguay. Wonderful colonial architecture and picturesque old cobbled streets are everywhere you look. Having been ruled at various times by the Spanish and Portuguese who fought over it, there is an interesting mix of architectural styles. A city wall that once protected the city from invaders still runs around the old quarter. Two of the main tourist attractions are the towering lighthouse, which offers up great views of the city, and the Basilica of the Holy Sacrament, which is wonderful to behold. Number 32.
Salvador. With its beautiful old town that showcases such a delightful array of 17th and 18th century colonial architecture, Salvador is certainly a charming city to behold. Its rich Afro-Brazilian culture and vibrant art scene shine through, and it's an intoxicating and lively place to be, particularly during Carnival. Located on the huge All Saints Bay, the city's setting only adds to its attractiveness. While the old town with its cobbled streets, historic sites, and interesting museums is the highlight of Salvador, the feel about the place is infectious.
Number 31. Tikal. With its gray temple tops protruding through the lush canopy of the Guatemalan jungle, catching a glimpse of the ruins of Tikal is something truly special. A popular day trip from Flores, these remote ruins are dotted with pyramids, temples, and palaces. One of the biggest archaeological sites in Mesoamerica, Tikal was the largest and most powerful of the Mayan cities around 600 AD. Don't miss the Temple of the Two-Headed Snake while you're here. As one of the tallest pre-Columbian structures in the Western Hemisphere, climbing to the top will treat you to incredible 360-degree views of the rainforest and beyond. Number 30. Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. Punta Cana is one of the most popular beach destinations in the Dominican Republic. It stands apart from other beach resorts in the country, however, because it has beaches that face both the Atlantic Ocean and the Caribbean Sea. Punta Cana has 60 miles of coastline, with mainly shallow waters, although the beaches can be windy sometimes. You can swim with dolphins, race a speedboat, go deep-sea fishing, catamaran sailing, whale watching, or zip lining. Plan to be very busy during your visit. Number 29.
Ushuaia. If you like to visit remote places, then put Ushuaia on your bucket list. The capital of Argentina's Tierra del Fuego, Ushuaia is considered the southernmost city in the world. Indeed, the train to the end of the world ends here. Nestled among the mountains along a bay, Ushuaia is very picturesque when it's not cloudy or windy, which is much of the time. The former penal colony has a prison museum, and it's a good place to see penguins, orca whales, and seals.
Number 28.
Tayrona National Park. In the northernmost part of Colombia is the Tayrona National Park, which borders the Caribbean Sea and offers remarkable beaches and scenery for visitors. One of the top spots in the park is the lagoon called La Piscina, where a natural reef turns the lagoon into a protected swimming area. There are also plenty of sandy hiking trails leading to and from the coast, many of which provide spectacular views over the Caribbean.
Number 27.
Quito. Ecuador's capital, Quito, is unique among world capitals. It is the highest capital in the world and also closest to the equator. Founded by the Spanish in 1534, Quito's colorful old town is one of the best preserved, least changed, and largest in all the Americas. Located in Ecuador's northern highlands, the city is surrounded by volcanoes that can be seen on a clear day. Quito is the only world capital that is threatened by active volcanoes.
Number 26.
Colca Canyon. There's a reason Colca Canyon is the third most visited tourist destination in Peru. Stunning views. The canyon is one of the deepest in the world and more than twice as deep as the Grand Canyon. If you get tired of scenic views, you can feast your eyes on the sky, where you may see Andean condors and the biggest hummingbirds you've ever seen. Villages are a good place to buy local handcrafts.
Number 25. Roatan, Honduras. Part of the Bay Islands, Roatan is some 40 miles off the coast of Honduras. It is also part of the Mesoamerican Reef Barrier, which has made it a very popular destination for enthusiast snorkelers and divers of all levels. Come and explore the colorful and vibrant life below the ocean's surface and marvel at the coral reefs. You can also go horseback riding on the beach and take a tour of one of the many sloth and monkey sanctuaries to get up close to the island's wildlife.
Number 24. San Pedro de Atacama. San Pedro de Atacama is a Chilean town on the edge of one of the world's most breathtaking landscapes. Austere, endless flood and salt plains surrounded by coppery mountains are plentiful and have to be seen to be believed. The nightlife here is a little different. The big draw is Star Tours, and it is one of the darkest places in the world.
Number 23. Granada, Nicaragua. Located in western Nicaragua, Granada is one of the country's oldest cities, featuring a wealth of Spanish history and well-preserved colonial architecture. A tour of the city center awards sights of multicolored colonial buildings, old churches, a Spanish fort, and a lively market buzzing with vendors selling produce and handicrafts. Granada's Central Park is a wide-open green space with food kiosks where people can relax and enjoy picnics and outdoor recreation. Nearby Lake Nicaragua and its many islets offer fishing and boating, while a little further out, volcanoes and rainforests offer hiking, canopy tours, and wildlife viewing.
Number 22.
Mount Roraima. Seeing Mount Roraima in person is a visceral experience. You may have come across it previously, as the famous plateau above the clouds was a popular screensaver. The mountain is surrounded by stark cliffs that lead to an open, flat-topped mountain, 1,300 feet above everything else. The unique geography dictates weather on a micro level, leading to it often being surrounded by clouds beneath the edge of the plateau. From Gran Sabana, you can trek to the summit over multiple days, making your way from valley to peak through a wet, lush, and unforgettable landscape where a whole other world awaits. Number 21. Puerto Vallarta. Situated on the Bay of Banderas along Mexico's Pacific coast is the popular vacation city of Puerto Vallarta. Landscapes of gorgeous beaches and lush jungle mountains envelop this picturesque town of colonial landmarks, first-class resorts, and gourmet restaurants. The city's main attraction, the Golden Sand Beaches, offer relaxation and water sports such as sailing, kite surfing, and deep-sea fishing. Giant manta rays and dolphins can be viewed here, while humpback whales can be seen between December and March.
Number 20. Cusco. Formerly the capital of the Inca Empire, Cusco is mesmerizing to wander around as decadent colonial churches jostle for supremacy with the Incan temples and modern fast food joints that line its ancient cobbled streets. The archaeological capital of the continent is simply breathtaking for its fantastic wealth of historical sites and rich cultural heritage. The surrounding area is full of amazing sights just waiting to be explored, and as the gateway to Machu Picchu, Cusco is a must-see city in Peru.
Number 19. Lake Atitlan, Guatemala. Although often overlooked, Lake Atitlan in the Guatemalan highlands certainly ranks among the most beautiful lakes in the world. Lined by 3 immense volcanoes, its impressive setting in a caldera really takes some beating. While it is rightfully known for its splendid scenery, the lake is also a fantastic place to learn more about Mayan culture. This is because many of the lakeside communities still wear traditional clothes and worship Mayan deities, while centuries-old archaeological sites can be found dotted about. Offering up the perfect mix of history, culture, and oh-so-beautiful nature, Lake Atitlan is the highlight of any visit to Guatemala.
Number 18. Amazon rainforest. If you lived long enough to count that high, you could count 390 billion trees in the Amazon rainforest. This statistic is mind-boggling, to be sure, but then the Amazon rainforest is one awesome piece of nature, covering about 3/4 of the Amazon River basin. It is the world's largest tropical rainforest. 60% of the rainforest is located in Brazil, with sizable chunks in Peru and Colombia. Bordering countries have small shares. For sure, the rainforest is loaded with unique flora and fauna. Number 17. Salar de Uyuni. Located in the Andes Mountains, Salar de Uyuni is the largest salt flat in the world. The expanse of salt creates an unending white landscape during the dry season, but the area is most breathtaking in the rainy season when it's covered in water. The reflection of a blue sky creates a spectacular and surreal landscape, though some tourists insist on seeing the salt. One of the most unusual places to visit in South America, it's also a major breeding ground for flamingos. Number 16. Los Glaciares National Park. They don't do things in a small way in Los Glaciares National Park. Not only is the park the largest national park in Argentina, it is home to the largest ice cap outside of Greenland and Antarctica, an ice cap that feeds 47 large glaciers. The most famous of these is the Perito Moreno Glacier. The park is also home to Lake Argentino, the largest in the country. While the glaciers are located in the southern section of the park, the northern section features majestic mountains, such as Mount Fitzroy, offering hiking and mountain climbing.
Number 15. Arenal National Park, Costa Rica. Home to the most active volcano in Costa Rica, it is Arenal that also gives the park its name. Due to the frequent eruptions in the past, lava fields have scorched and scarred the earth, and the land beneath its crater is barren and arid. Further down, however, the rich nutrients given off by the eruptions have helped create a beautiful mosaic of colors encompassing a rich flora and fauna. The higher you go up the slopes to the volcano, the better the view gets. And glistening down below is the beautiful Lake Arenal that shimmers in the sunlight.
Number 14. Lake Titicaca. Lake Titicaca, South America's largest lake, straddles the border of Bolivia and Peru. At an elevation of just over 12,500 feet, it is considered the highest navigable lake in the world. Many of its 41 islands are inhabited, including the floating islands the natives make with heavy reeds. About 500 species of aquatic life live in the lake, which has a large population of water birds. Local belief says the sun was born at Lake Titicaca.
Number 13. Panama City. Panama's largest city, Panama City, has plenty to shout about. As the national capital, it's also the most modern city in Central America. You'll find high-end resorts, shopping malls, and glitzy skyscrapers lining every meter of the city. Like New York, the preferred method of transport is by taxi. If you prefer the flexibility of walking, the cobblestone streets and colonial buildings of the historic quarter, Casco Viejo, are more pedestrian-friendly. Witness the might of the Panama Canal, climb up the Bridge of the Americas, or rent a bike and cycle along the Amador Causeway.
Number 12. Easter Island. Getting to Easter Island can be time-consuming since it is the most remote inhabited island in the world. The nearest inhabitants are almost 1,300 miles away. But it's not its remoteness this Chilean territory is noted for. It's what you see when you get there. Almost 900 primitive statues carved by early Polynesian inhabitants. These awesome statues, called moai, may have been carved about 1,000 years ago. Most statues were carved from solidified volcanic ash, with obsidian being used for the black eyes. Number 11.
Cartagena. Cartagena is the bustling city where Kathleen Turner's character Joan Wilder begins her Colombian adventures in romancing the stone. Hopefully, travelers will get their visits off to better starts, though this city is just as busy as when it was one of the key Caribbean ports from the 16th to 18th centuries. Fought over by various countries, Cartagena was one of the most heavily fortified cities in South America. These fortifications can still be seen today. Travelers should take time to wander through the colorful Old Town, with its colonial architecture that includes museums, palaces, and churches.
Number 10. Chichen Itza. One of the most famous archaeological sites on Earth, Chichen Itza was once a thriving city on the Yucatan Peninsula. Built by the Mayans in 600 AD, it was abandoned in 1221 when Mayapan became the region's new capital. Highlights include the Temple of Kukulkan, a giant stone pyramid with 4 stairways representing a compass and 365 steps for each day of the year. It is best visited during the spring or fall equinox, when the sun creates a light show on the stairs of the pyramid. Other must-see sites include the ball court, the Wall of Skulls, and the sacred cenote that was once a site of human sacrifice. Number 9. Torres del Paine National Park. It may be located in remote Chilean Patagonia, but Torres del Paine National Park is one of Chile's largest and most visited parks. Why? Well, the scenery is pretty spectacular. the Torres del Paine is just one awesome sight you'll see. The three peaks dominate the landscape in the Paine Mountains. Besides mountains, the park is dotted with glaciers, rivers, forests, and steppe, making it a hit with outdoors enthusiasts. Number 8. Buenos Aires. With 17 million people, Buenos Aires has the fourth largest population in the Americas. Located on the Rio de la Plata on the Argentinian coast, the city is noted for its cosmopolitan flair. Because of its architecture and rich cultural life, Buenos Aires is the most visited city in South America. A must-see here is the Recoleta, a residential neighborhood known for its history. The Recoleta Cemetery, where Eva Perón is buried, is the district's most famous attraction. Number 7.
Havana. With an old-timey feel, Havana's atmospheric colonial streets have definitely seen better days, although this only adds to the charm. Visitors will revel in the wealth of historic buildings on show. Its scenic plazas are a delightful place to while away the day, watching Cadillacs trundle by and listening to the salsa that hypnotically plays over the airwaves. Once a revolutionary hotbed, Havana now attracts more than its fair share of tourists, and visitors invariably come away impressed at the city's amazing art and architecture.
Number 6. Tulum. An hour's drive from Cancun, the Tulum ruins are the remains of an ancient cliff-top fortress built by the Mayans. Walled on 3 sides, with the 4th open to the Caribbean Sea, the views are simply incredible. Even though it dates back to 564 AD, Tulum was at its prime during the 13th and 14th centuries. It was a powerful trading hub for jade, cotton, and cacao beans. Apart from the El Castillo Pyramid, the main attraction, have a look at the beautiful mural inside the Temple of the Frescoes, and go for a swim at Tulum's secret beach, surrounded by palm trees and sunbathing iguanas. Number 5. Galápagos Islands. If you want to get a glimpse of what prehistoric animals may have looked like, head to the Galápagos Islands. The animals are like no other place on Earth and include giant tortoises and scary-looking iguanas. They were the impetus for Charles Darwin's controversial 19th century book On the Origin of Species. This archipelago of 18 major islands, about 550 miles off the coast of Ecuador, was formed and are still being formed by volcanic action.
Number 4. Antigua, Guatemala. Set against the pictorial backdrop of 3 imposing volcanoes in the central highlands of Guatemala, the beautiful old colonial town of Antigua is one of the country's top tourist destinations. Once the capital of the Spanish Empire in Central America, Antigua was severely damaged during a major earthquake in 1773, causing the city to lose its sovereignty to what is now modern-day Guatemala City. Nevertheless, Antigua still retains an outstanding collection of well-preserved Spanish architecture, which furnishes the city with an enchanting and romantic atmosphere. Just a simple stroll through the city center awards views of spectacular architecture, historic churches, and prominent landmarks like the Santa Catalina Arch.
Number 3. Iguazu Falls. One of the most spectacular places to visit in South America, Iguazu Falls have to be seen to be appreciated, as mere words cannot do them justice. They truly live up to their name, which translates as Big Water. They're the world's largest waterfall system, with 275 waterfalls of various sizes. For much of its journey to the ocean, the Iguazu River flows through Brazil, but seemingly in a spirit of international cooperation, most of the falls are in Argentina. Number 2. Machu Picchu. Machu Picchu is a magnificent representation of the Incan civilization before the Spanish came. Nestled in the Peruvian Andes, Machu Picchu served as a palace for the emperor, a fortress, and as a site for religious ceremonies where human sacrifices were made to appease the gods. Untouched by the Spanish, the site was abandoned after the conquest, only to be discovered by an American professor in the early 1900s. Built from polished stones, the city is a fascinating example of classical Incan architecture. With its spectacular views, Machu Picchu is Peru's most visited tourist attraction. Number 1. Rio de Janeiro. One of the most beautiful cities on earth, Rio de Janeiro is simply incredible to behold. With the famous Copacabana Beach curving gently along the shores of Guanabara Bay and Christ the Redeemer stretching towards the heavens, it really is a picture-perfect place. Complementing this majestic scenery is the sun-soaked beach of the Ipanema, as well as the tropical forest-covered mountains and brightly colored favelas that dot Brazil's second-largest city. A happening city, the best time of the year to visit is during its famous carnival, when Rio is transformed into the party capital of the world.